What I have here is a pocket microscope. Now, to tell you the truth, in chemistry, we don't use microscopes much, and never thought I would ever use this one. It was a nice gift I got after a speaking engagement. But now I have a use for it. You know what? I'm going to look for sea monkeys. That's right, sea monkeys. I first heard about these back in the 1960s. I used to read comic books all the time. Superman especially. And on the back cover, there usually was an ad for sea monkeys. I never paid much attention to it. I knew that it had to be some bit of a scam. I knew that we could be raising creatures that had these humanoid features. But just a couple of weeks ago, I came across sea monkeys again, and I thought that I would look into this scientifically this time. Well, sea monkeys were the brainchild of a rather curious inventor by the name of Harold von Braunhaut. He added the name von. He wasn't born with that. He actually was Jewish, but he wanted to sound German for some bizarre reason, and later on there were even stories about him joining some anti-Semitic cults. I mean, that's a really bizarre kind of a connection. But he was an inventor. He invented X-ray glasses with which supposedly you could see through clothing. Of course, that was total nonsense. He also promoted invisible goldfish, and he guaranteed that they would never be seen. And that guarantee held true. And then he came up with sea monkeys, which actually were the eggs of tiny little brine shrimp in a suspended state of animation. So when you put them into water with some nutrients, the eggs would hatch, and supposedly you would get these wonderful sea monkeys that would cavort around, and as you can see by the picture, would have very, very humanoid features, except for the long tails. Well, I got the sea monkeys, and they are indeed in here. And you know what? When you use the microscope and you scan very, very carefully, you can see them. They little dots that move around, and they do have little tails. These brine shrimp actually have commercial use. When they're raised, they use them for fish food. But von Braunhaut had this interesting idea, and he became a millionaire from selling these things to kids, hoping that they would have pets that would actually look the way that they were depicted on the picture. Well, there is something to this business. I think it's interesting for kids to do this, because they can make observations and come to conclusions about what is happening. Believe it or not, these sea monkeys have even traveled in space. They've been on a journey to the moon, and they've come back because researchers wanted to see what would happen in the absence of gravity. Well, the monkeys didn't survive as well as they had hoped, because they were somehow affected by cosmic radiation. So this was of help to researchers. But for anyone who thinks that they're going to buy these sea monkeys and have creatures in there that swim around and play games, as the advertisement says, well, you should realize that what you're really buying is a lot of monkey business.